When a big business moves into a small town, it helps boost the entire community. But what happens when that business leaves? Alexa Liacco visited a city forced to rebuild.
I could hear that mill day and night, sitting right here. And you knew everything was all right. Listen up there now. Pretty quiet, isn't it? Pretty quiet.
The silence haunts Paul Coleman every day.
I had no sights, no goals on retiring. I would have kept on working as long as I could.
For nearly 30 years, he worked alongside hundreds of people inside the Luke paper mill.
The mill was the lifeblood of this community.
The mill is nestled into the hills on the Maryland-West Virginia border. For the small towns around it, this big business was really the only business.
Everything was centered around that paper mill.
But last summer, this electrician got news he couldn't believe.
He said, the mill's closing. I thought he was kidding.
The closure was real, and almost immediately, Paul's unemployment benefits fell short.
Thank God I had my 401k, which I had to dip into.
Still, the bills piled up.
We lost our health insurance.
As this father of four tried to look for work.
Reality is what it is. I know nobody's going to want to hire a 62-year-old electrician.
The magnets on his fridge, a sharp reminder of the life he had.
That's out of the question. You have to live within your means.
The most painful adjustment, not having what he needs for his daughter who is disabled.
Your dad's girl, ain't you? My chairlift is broke down. That's the chairlift we use to get her up and down the steps. I called a guy today about putting a new one in with almost $10,000 to put a new chairlift in. Where am I going to get that?
So each day, he gets to work, fixing what he can.
I don't claim to be the best at anything. Not the best electrician, but you got to keep going, keep moving, regardless of what you're dealt.
For 131 years, the mill employed thousands of people and kept local business afloat. But when the doors shut for good, it wasn't just the families who worked there who felt the devastating blow.
It's went from 7 days a week to not knowing what you're going to really do tomorrow.
Richard Moran is a coal supplier in the area. He laid off dozens of workers when the mill shut down. Months later, his family's legacy is hanging on by a thread.
Right now we're doing odd jobs basically.
He's not only lost income, he's lost the future he's dreamed of.
I know my kids won't stick around here. You know, there's not going to be anything for them here.
And I think there's just an attitude of hopelessness and helplessness that's here.
Still, the community holds on to hope that this closure isn't the end.
My hope is that somebody buys this mill and reopens it back up. And if I get the opportunity to go back to work, I'll go back in a heartbeat. Do I have to be an electrician? No. I'd go back and shovel a ditch or do whatever it took.
I'm Alexa Liacco.